Okay, this is kind of a cool tree frog, but it actually can be tricky to draw because you're looking at it on a slight angle. So that eye on the right is bigger. And so I'm just trying to get the mouth shape. And then I'm guessing as I go, getting that circle right on the eye on the left side, and then the right side, it's up a little bit. And then I'm looking at the negative space between the two eyes. The eye on the right has more space around it, like that eyelid area. I'm not even sure what the anatomy of that is called. And then you've got this big throat that comes below, and it is organic shape. And then I just draw the lines of the arms and then a shape for the hands. I'm not putting the detail in yet. And then you've got the gesture of the leg behind, but there's not detail. And so I'm going to just kind of go back and forth, getting that mouthpiece correct. Close to is fine. And then the circle on that left eye is a little bit of a taller circle. So not quite an oval, but it is skinny and more up and down. And then my one on the right is a truer circle because it's supposed to be closer to us. And I adjust that quite a bit. And then I've noticed that right eye up above it, that area is a little bit thick. So I'll go back and fix that. And now I'm just kind of getting the outside lines, those organic shapes a little bit better. And once I'm confident with those lines, you'll notice I'm darkening those up. And then again, just readjusting those eyeballs. It is kind of a funky shape, and so it was a little bit tricky, but sometimes those organic shapes, I mean, they don't have to be perfect, so you get the idea. Now, on the actual drawing, the hands, those little digits, you couldn't see them, and so I really paid attention to the hand on the left and noticed how much shorter those digits are, and so I shrink those pads up on the fingers. And with the legs behind, just make sure they're quite short. They don't even go past that length of the throat area of the belly of the frog, so that those hands are coming right at us, and it gives that foreshortening um, idea. And then we just have these long diamond-shaped pupils that we'll go back and adjust. And now I'm just going in and adding some value, and I'm going to use a 0.9 lead. So it is a darker lead, and it just shades a little bit faster for this kind of study. And I don't start shading or darkening up my lines until I get those eyes and I'm happy with that space. But the space seems a little bit too wide at first until you can add some value, and then it felt more comfortable. So really just looking at the original drawing that I'm trying to copy and mimic, and just trusting that space in between the eyes once I felt like it was good. And then once I did start adding the values, I kind of shrunk up those areas that felt too wide and too big. Not a ton of shading, just really the dark areas, filling them in and giving the idea that there's some form and shadow. And it actually went pretty quick. I really used that thick, dark lead to fatten up some of those edges. And then you're good.